Driving down the roads of Kentucky, I see beautiful lawns, lush gardens, and fields with crops in them. This is all made possible from soil. Would you like to make your lawn the prettiest on the street? Would you like to grow more vegetables in your garden? Would you like to have the highest yield of crop on your field? Well then, I have a solution for you. Take a soil sample. Hello, my name is Madison Wilmoth, and today I'll be sharing with you how to take a soil sample. I'll be covering three main things, which are what is a soil sample, why are soil samples so important, and I'll be demonstrating how to take a soil sample. So, what is a soil sample? A soil sample is a collection of soil that represents the entirety of a field or a plot, a lawn, or even a garden. This will accurately represent the soil for the entire plot of land. This will be used to take a soil test, which will test the soil and provide a report which will show the minerals and nutrients inside the soil, as well as give you recommendations for what to do to make that plot of land produce more or be better. So why are soil samples so important? As I just said, soil samples are what provide soil test. So a soil sample is so important because it can get you a soil test, and a soil test will allow you to do different things to your lawn or field that will make it produce more or make it look better. So it's so important because it will give you the recommendations you need to make your crops grow more or to make your lawn more pretty. So how do you take a soil sample? I've outlined the steps right here, and so the first thing is timing. You can take a soil sample throughout the entire year. However, it is best to take it in the spring or the fall. If you take it in the fall, generally you can get your results back faster, and you can apply the recommended fertilizer or nutrients to the soil before the next planting season. So generally it is best to do it in the fall. You also should do soil samples around every 3 to 4 years. What tools will you need? Most important tool is a soil probe. This will allow you to take your soil samples very easily, and you just stick it straight to the ground to get the core for your soil sample. You will also need either a bucket or some type of container. It does need to be clean and dry as to not contaminate the soil. So that's the only two tools you will need. Collecting the sample. So you need to collect at least 10 soil cores to get an accurate sample. So you would do 10 for a lawn or like a smaller garden, but if you have like a large field, you could do anywhere up to 30. So if you have a larger field, you would definitely want to make sure you do 30, and you would just scatter those throughout the field. You don't want to do soil samples near old fence rows or areas that have had manure, hay, or where livestock have been feeding. You also don't want to do them in areas where lime has been piled, compost piles, under the drip lines of trees, or anywhere near streets or driveways. So for sample depth, that depends on what type of field you are sampling. So for a tilled area, you would want to do 6 to 8 inches. So this would be fields where you're tilling, growing corn or soybeans. So that would be anywhere like this, around this area. And you would just stick it and just get it that deep. And then do anywhere from 10 to 30 samples that deep. For non-tilled areas or fields, you would do 3 to 4 inches. That would be more like that deep. And then lawns or turf grasses would be 3 to 4 inches also. So that's how deep you're going to stick the probe into the ground. So now, whenever you're preparing your sample, you just want to get all of your cores into your container, and then what you'll do is you'll take a fork, or you can even use your hands and just take the core, and then you're just going to want to mash it up to try to get it just ground down into like a finer dirt. And then you'll do this with all of your samples to get it into this nice consistency. And then what you'll do with that is you will just mix it all together. So once you have all of your cores grounded down, you just mix it all together like this. So after you have all of them mixed, you want to make sure to allow that to dry, especially if it was muddy or something. You just want to make sure that most of the moisture is out of it before you can put it in your bag. So what you'll do with this is you can just take the soil and then you'll just put it inside the bag, and then you just want to make sure that it fills to this line. And then after that, you'll just put your name on it and then the field number. These bags you can get at your local extension office, as well as you can borrow a soil probe if you don't have your own. So then you just put your name on it, and then you can drop it off at your extension office, and whenever you do that, you'll also have to fill out a form that will just kind of indicate the fields or lawns, like history, kind of what is going on the field, and then also what you're intending to use it for. That will allow the extension agent to make better recommendations for you. So after you do all of that, you will get your results back in around 2 weeks, and then your results will just be a paper like this, and it'll show you everything that is in your field. So all of the nutrients, the pH. So for example, on this report, the soil pH was 5.4, and it is a side yard. And then you'll also have any recommendations. So recommendation for this one was to apply 10 pounds of 10-10-10 fertilizer per 1,000 square foot. So you can use these recommendations to make your field or yard better. Today I have shared with you what is a soil sample, why are soil samples important, and how to take a soil sample. The resources I have used are the University of Kentucky Cooperative Extension Service, soil testing, what is it and what it does, and taking soil test samples publications. Are there any questions?